receiving advanced degrees this year, and I would like to begin by recognizing several students who have been selected by the chemistry department for special awards. When I call your name, please come up on stage to receive your award and remain on stage for a group photo. The Chemistry Award for Outstanding Doctoral Student is awarded to the graduating PhD students whose research achievements were judged to be truly exceptional. This year it is presented to Stephen King and Dunning Lee. Stephen and Dunning, please come forward when I call your name. Stephen King worked with Professors Esther Takeuchi, Kenneth Takeuchi, and Amy Marshallok. His award is in recognition of Stephen Tyler King's remarkable versatility for both experimental and computational methods, including spectroscopy, complex data analysis, molecular dynamics, density functional theory, electrochemistry, advanced characterization, as well as demonstration of practical implementation of computation in the laboratory, such as interfacing instrumentation with digital acquisition systems. Dunning Lee worked with Professor Benjamin Shao. Dunning Lee began his research by studying different approaches to repair cationic nanocellulose scaffolds with different biomass feedstocks and carrying out thorough characterizations of these materials. His innovative ideas, keen analytical skills, and ability to think critically have been instrumental in developing a new class of nanocellulose adsorbents for the removal of per- and polyfluoroalkyl substances from contaminated drinking water supplies. This is the second year we're giving the John Ruddick Memorial Award for Outstanding Doctoral Student. John Ruddick was a valued member of our department until his passing in January of 2022. The second John Ruddick Memorial Award for Outstanding Doctoral Student goes to Michelle Bouvet. Michelle, please come forward. Michelle, who worked with Professor Karina Chapman, is recognized for her development and use of in situ synchrotron X-ray scattering and imaging approaches to understand solution phase material synthesis. Next is the Lee Myers Award for Outstanding Doctoral Chemistry Student, which is presented annually to an outstanding graduate student in the graduating class in honor and memory of Dr. Lee Myers, a 1978 doctoral graduate of the chemistry department who passed away in 1988. The recipient of this year's award is Lakshan Budaka Jayawardena Manathunga Mudiyan Silage. Please come forward. Lakshan worked with Professor Dan Raleigh. He is recognized for his exceptionally productive and creative young scientist. His research has been concerned with the amyloid formation, the process by which normally soluble protein aggregates form toxic deposits in the body. Amyloid formation has been linked to more than 30 different devastating human diseases. Letters from his 5 referees commented on his outstanding productivity, his excellent scientific creativity, his clear and repeated demonstration of intellectual independence, and his outstanding mentorship of younger group members and lab leadership. The Maria Samariodaki Memorial Award for Outstanding Doctoral Student is presented annually to one outstanding PhD student in the graduating class in honor and memory of Dr. Maria Samariodaki. Dr. Samariodaki was a 1996 doctoral graduate and postdoctoral fellow of the chemistry department who perished in the Swiss Air plane crash in September 1998. The recipient of this year's award is Kalani Kaushaya Jayaneti Arachichi. Kalani worked with Professor Iwao Ojima. She is cited for outstanding research on the computer-aided drug design, chemical synthesis, and biological evaluations of novel anti-nociceptive, antifungal, and anti-cancer agents. Important contributions to the field of aqueous coordination chemistry of early transition metals, specifically that of titanium-4, an exceptionally hydrolytic metal ion. Many chemistry courses at Stony Brook have large enrollments. The most highly individualized part of the instruction is provided by teaching assistants. What undergraduate students learn and their overall impression of laboratory courses and the workshops that accompany lecture courses are due in large part to their interactions with their TAs. We are pleased to recognize one first-year student and 2 advanced graduate students for their exceptional service to our undergraduate courses. The Chemistry Award for First-Year Teaching Assistant is presented to Nicholas Wodzinski. In his first year as a graduate TA, Nicholas Wodzinski stands out as a star among organic chemistry TAs. His dedication to student success is inspiring to our students, TAs, and faculty. The Chemistry Award for Advanced Teaching Assistant is presented to Shweta Anantharuman, Nipuni Guna Wardana, Lakshan Budika Jayawardena, Manathunga, Mudiyan Silage, and Lauren Reget. Shweta is recognized for her commitment to fostering a dynamic learning environment, her exceptional communication skills, and her ability to inspire and guide students through complex experiments have significantly enriched the educational experience of all who have had the privilege of working with her. Nipuni, please come forward. Nipuni is recognized for her unwavering commitment to academic excellence, her adeptness in guiding students through intricate experiments, and her passion for fostering collaborative and supportive learning environment have significantly elevated the educational journey of those under her tutelage. Lakshan, please come forward. Lakshan is recognized for his excellence in teaching physical chemistry to our junior year majors course and in senior year course for biochemistry majors. Lakshan's dedication to improving student outcomes and his patient, supportive, and helpful approach to student interactions made a significant contribution to the success of these classes. Lakshan's excellent attention to administrative detail and his organizational skills played a major role in ensuring that the classes ran smoothly. Lauren, please come forward. Lauren is recognized for delivering a transformative learning experience, setting high expectations for her students, and then supporting the students to meet them. Lauren fosters a welcoming and inclusive atmosphere that puts students at ease and encourages active participation. She connects with every student and makes them excited to come to lab every week. Of special note, we would also like to acknowledge Lauren Reget as the recipient of Stony Brook University's President Award for Excellence in Teaching by a graduate student. This is a high accomplishment and an excellent award. Last is the Chemistry Award for Outstanding Service. Despite their very demanding schedules and commitment to their research, many of our graduate students serve the department in various ways, from providing mentorship and guidance to newer or younger students in their labs, to assisting at departmental events and acting as ambassadors of the department to visiting prospective students. I would like to recognize a number of our graduating students who have been especially helpful and committed in their service, both within and outside the department. Please come forward and remain on stage for a photo as I read your names. Shweta Anantharaman, John Bickle, Eduardo Bravo, Ashna Garg, Alexa Gilberti, Nipuni Gunawardhana, Grenalyn Iakis, Mitchell Kennedy, Madani Khan, and Jacqueline Morrow. Now it is my honor to present this year's recipient of graduate degrees in chemistry. Graduate degree recipients complete their requirements at various times during the year and leave to pursue further education or professional development. Thus, many of them are not in attendance. First are those who have completed or will soon complete the Master of Arts in Teaching. 5 of 7 graduates are here with us today. All of these students participated in the combined BS MAT program here at Stony Brook. They will receive their undergraduate and graduate degrees at the same time. Please come up on stage to be hooded as I call your name. Make sure to pause at the photographer's station as you exit the stage. Jackie Chen. Henry Chiagallo Vera. Julia Costello. Bridget Portuguese. And Justin Schwartz. Next, we have those who have completed or will soon complete the Master of Science. Of 19 graduates, 10 are with us here today. Please come up on stage to be hooded as I call your name. And please remember to pause at the photographer's station as you exit the stage. Jacob Acosta was advised by Professor Iwao Ojima. The title of his thesis is Novel Antifungal Agents that Combat Invasive Fungi. Faziai Basharat, be heard by Professor Susan Lees. Bennett Shen was advised by Professor Iwao Ojima. The title of Bennett's research thesis is Resynthesis of Next-Generation Taxoids. Tracy Colina was advised by Professor Sarita Bhatia, and the title of Tracy's thesis is Analyzing Various Ratios of Pluronic F127, P123, and its use and its physiochemical properties. Peter Dow will be hooded by Professor Susan Otis. Michael Gallagher was advised by Professor Stanislaus Wong. The title of his thesis is Synthesis of Functional Nanomaterials for Simple Molecular Catalysis. All right. You got it done. Oh, lift your tassel. Gonna want that. Marcus Johnson will be hooded by Professor Susan Otis. Anjan Nandi was advised by Professor Sarita Bhatia. The title of Anjan's thesis is Characterization of Soloplus using Rheology and Dynamic Light Scattering for Drug Delivery Applications. Julia Petretsky was advised by Gabar Balazi, Professor Wong Will-hood. The title of Julia's thesis is Liposomal Encapsulation of Small Molecule Inducers for Improved Expression Control in Mammalian Synthetic Gene Circuits. Panayotis Siskos was advised by Professor Benjamin Shao. The title of her thesis is Synthesis and Characterization of Black, TiO2, for removal of cationic dye in water. Of 43 students who have completed or will soon complete the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, 26 are with us here today. As I call the names of the degree recipients who are in attendance, I ask that they come on stage together with their advisor to be hooded. Shweta Ananthamarman. Shweta was advised by Professor Elizabeth Boone to be hooded by Professor Peter Tong. Shweta's thesis is entitled Elucidation of the Role of Biofilm Regulation of NOS-P, NOT-K, two-component system in responding to the signaling molecules of heme and nitric oxide in pathogenic bacteria. John Bickle. John was advised by Professor Robert Rizzo. The title of John's thesis is Methods for Intelligent Computational Design and Refinement of Small Molecules. Eduardo Bravo was advised by Professor Peter Tong. The title of Eduardo's thesis is Structure-Kinetic Relationships for the Inhibition of Bruton's Tyrosine Kinase. Danielle is a member of the Molecular and Cellular Pharmacology program, but she wanted to come here and be with us today in the chemistry family. She was advised by Professor Scott Laughlin. The title of Danielle's thesis is Towards Translational Approaches for Astrocyte-Targeted Probes. Ashna Garg, who's advised by Professor Iwao Ojima. The title of Ashna's thesis is Synthesis, Antifungal Activity, and SAR Studies of Novel Antifungal Agents Targeting Broad-Spectrum Fungal Pathogens. Alexa Gilberti was advised by Professor Peter Tong. Alexa's thesis is entitled Exploring the Vulnerability of Anti-Infective Drug Targets. Nipuni Gunawardhana was advised by Professor Scott Laughlin. The title of Napuni's thesis is Cell-Specific Delivery of Small Molecule Cargo for Manipulating Astrocytes. Yongli He was advised by Professor Peter Tong. The title of Yongli's thesis is Ultra-Fast Protein Dynamics of Blue Light Photoreceptor and Optogenetic Tool Development. Tianhao Hu was advised by Professor Dario Stacchiola and Professors Dario Stacchiola and Ashley Heed. The title of Tianhao's thesis is Insight into Catalytically Active Sites on Metal Oxides and Metal Organic Frameworks from a Spectroscopic View, demonstrating the use of AP, XPS, and IR. Grenelin Ayakas was advised by Professor Benjamin Shao and Professor Robert Grubbs. Grenelin's thesis is entitled Nitro-Oxidation Process, a closed-loop system for upcycling bio-waste. Kalani Koshala Jayanetti Arachichi was advised by Professor Iwao Ojima. The title of Kalani's thesis is Molecular Modeling, Chemical Synthesis, and Structure-Activity Relationships Studies of 3 classes of inhibitors as anti-nociceptive, antifungal, and anti-cancer agents. Samruddhi Julakar was advised by Professor Peter Tong. Samruddhi is actually a biochemistry and structural biology PhD, but wanted to walk here with us because of her long experience with us. The title of Samruddhi's thesis, is Signal Transduction in the Photoactive Adenylate Cyclase from Oscillatoria acumana. Mitchell Kennedy was advised by Professor Sarita Bhatia. The title of Mitchell's thesis is Self-Assembly, Rheology, and Dynamics of Amphiphilic Thermoresponsive Graph Copolymers and Solution Scattering of Biomimetic Glycopolymers. Madani Khan. Madani was advised by Professors Benjamin Shao and Dale Druckheimer. The title of Madani's thesis is Optimization of Nitro-Oxidation Processes via Use of Transition Metals. Of note, Madani was also a past recipient of the Advanced TA Award. Stephen King was advised by Professors Amy Marshallak, Esther Takeuchi, and Kenneth Takeuchi. The title of Stephen's thesis is Data-Driven Investigations of Materials for Next-Generation Energy Storage. Dunning Lee was advised by Professor Benjamin Shao. The title of Dunning's thesis is Perfluoroalkyl Substances, Remediation and Mechanistic Study by Using Sustainable Carbonaceous Materials. Lakshan Bhutaka Jayawardena Manathunga Mudiyan Silage was advised by Professor Daniel Raleigh. The title of Lakshan's thesis is Understanding Monomeric Conformational Dynamics of Toxic and Non-Toxic IAPP using Experimental and Computational Approaches to provide insights into designing novel therapeutic analogs of IAPP. Jacqueline Morrow was advised by Professor Jeffrey Lipschutz and will be hooded by Professor Iwa Ojima. Jacqueline's thesis is entitled Site-Selective Functionalization of Carbohydrates. Jacqueline was another one of our super TAs and was a past recipient of the Advanced TA Award. Luz Mendez was advised by Professor Nicole Sampson to be hooded by Professor Sarita Bhatia. The title of Luz's thesis is Polymer Strategies for Probing Acrosomal Exocytosis from Human Sperm Assessment to Polymer Architecture Exploration in Mouse Sperm Activation. Nadika Navanjali Teklani Hanagoda was advised, Wethan Singh Gage was advised by Professor Nicole Sampson and will be hooded by Professor Jessica Seeliger. The title of Nadika's thesis is Elucidation of the Structure and DNA Binding Motifs that are like repressor in HIMSE-3R and Mycobacterium tuberculosis. Jiajun Tian was advised by Professor Benjamin Shao. The title of Jiajun's thesis is Advanced Structural Characterization of Nanocellulose-Based Materials for Environmental Applications. Haodong Wang was advised by Professor Anatoly Frankel and will be hooded by Professor Stanislaus Wong. The title of Haodong's thesis is Tuning the Structure-Activity Relationship of Atomically Dispersed Platinum Catalyst through support engineering. Okay, so Minxiang Wang was advised by Professor Peter Tong. The title of Minxiang's thesis is Time-Dependent Activity of Small Molecule Inhibitors in Drug Development. Yusu Wang was advised by Professor Peter Khalifa. The title of Yusu's thesis is New Rapid Crystallographic Tools to Understand Optical Floating Zone Crystal Growth Processes and to Automatically Classify Crystal Structures. Hong Zhang was advised by Professor Ping Liu. The title of Hong's thesis is Fundamental Understanding of Reaction Condition-Driven Bimetallic Catalysis. Finally, I welcome Jacqueline Morrow back on stage for a presentation on behalf of our graduates.
Good morning, esteemed faculty, fellow graduates, family, and friends. It is my honor to speak before you all today. We are gathered here to celebrate the culmination of a journey that has been driven by curiosity, perseverance, and an unwavering commitment to discovery. We have delved into the intricacies of molecules, explored the mysteries of reactions, and uncovered new discoveries through our research, pushing ourselves to our fullest potential. Together, we spent countless hours in labs and at our computers, experiencing both heartbreaks and breakthrough successes that have shaped the path leading us to this moment. As we stand on the threshold of new beginnings, it is important to acknowledge those who have supported us along the way. To our research advisors and mentors, thank you for your guidance, your wisdom, and your belief in our potential. To our families and friends for giving us unwavering support through the highs and lows of our studies. And most significantly, all of you graduating today, thank you for supporting one another throughout this journey. We succeeded because we were in it together. As we embark on our careers as scientists, I'm confident that Stony Brook University has equipped us with the knowledge and skills to excel wherever our future path takes us. Whether you pursue academia, industry, a professional pursuit, or a personal calling, I wish you the best of luck on your endeavors, and am excited to see the amazing achievements to come. Let us continue to seek understanding, pose challenging questions, and pursue knowledge with the same passion that has brought us to this momentous day. Congratulations, class of 2024. Here's to the discoveries yet to be made and the future we will create together. Thank you.
Thank you, Jackie, for your remarks. It is now my great pleasure to introduce Professor Albert Heim, Emeritus Professor of Chemistry. While active at Stony Brook, apart from his role as Associate Editor of Inorganic Chemistry, Professor Heim's research activities were focused on inorganic reaction mechanisms, with his later career centered on conducting studies of intramolecular electron transfer. Since his retirement, Albert has become celebrated for his studies of jazz history and American music, and is now considered to be a preeminent 1920s jazz researcher. Though I do not claim to know him well, I have always been an admirer of his sharp intellect, penetrating wit, and discerning sense of humor. Hopefully we will see much of this in his talk today. Let us please welcome Professor Albert Heim to the podium.
Can you hear me? Okay, thank you. First, I want to thank Chemistry Department Chairman Stan Wong for his kind introduction and for the invitation to be the Chemistry Convocation speaker for 2024. I feel truly honored. Thank you very much. I also want to acknowledge Norma Reyes and Catherine Hughes for their invaluable help that made it possible for me to be here today. Good morning, graduates, parents, fellow faculty members, and guests. To the graduating students, this day represents an inflection point in your life. You have my best wishes for a fulfilling and intellectually challenging future. I am certain that you received a first-class education at Stony Brook and are ready to make your own contributions to chemistry or the field you choose and the new chapter of your life. I am delighted for the opportunity to tell you about my own life, a very long one. I was and still am an inorganic chemist. Inorganic chemistry is the field of science concerned with the properties of all the elements in the periodic table except carbon. My love affair with inorganic chemistry began in 1945 at the French high school I was attending at the time. I was fascinated by the colors of fireworks, so I asked Monsieur Illion, the chemistry teacher, what were the sources of the different colors in fireworks? His answer was, add metallic salts to gunpowder. He suggested that I bring to class gunpowder spiked with metal salts. So I prepared 3 small batches of gunpowder, one with copper sulfate to give a blue color, one with barium chloride to give a green color, and one with strontium chloride to give a red color. I brought the 3 batches of gunpowder to class, and I ignited them. The teacher and the students enjoyed the colorful light tremendously. But that was 1945. It was a different time and a different culture. Anyway, that was my first experiment in inorganic chemistry. From 1949, when I started college, until 2001, when I retired, inorganic chemistry was a key part of my life. My PhD work and my postdoctoral work with Professor Henry Taube, winner of the Nobel Prize in Chemistry in 1983, dealt with kinetic and mechanistic studies of coordination compounds. These are inorganic materials with fascinating properties and incidentally beautiful colors. After I finished my postdoctoral work, I began my independent academic career, first at Penn State and then at Stony Brook. My research career carried out with undergraduate, I emphasize that, graduate and postdoctoral students expanded our understanding of inorganic reaction mechanisms, in particular electron transfer reactions. It's a fundamental subject in several fields. For example, the electrochemical processes in batteries are electron transfer reactions. Photosynthesis and respiration also involve electron transfer reactions. In 1990, I received a phone call from the editor of the American Chemical Society journal, Inorganic Chemistry. He invited me to join him as associate editor. I accepted the offer, and for the next dozen years, I carried out peer reviews of about 2,000 articles. I'm not exaggerating. That was in addition to my duties as teacher and researcher. But when you have a passion for your activities, that's not work, it's fun. Perhaps the best known branch of chemistry is organic chemistry. It plays a critical role in the development of drugs and plastics. But let me remind you that inorganic chemistry is all around us as well. Take a look at your cell phone. It contains about 40 elements from the periodic table, including some rather unusual ones such as indium, tantalum, and several rare earth metals. The key inorganic chemicals in LEDs, light-emitting diodes, are compounds of gallium. A typical electrical car battery contains lithium, aluminum, nickel, iron, copper, manganese, graphite, and cobalt. There's a lot of inorganic chemistry there. An important new field of chemistry is being developed. In about 2 months, the American Chemical Society will launch a new journal titled Artificial Photosynthesis. Take a look at this leaf. Can you see it? This modest tree leaf contains chlorophyll, a bioinorganic compound that contains a magnesium ion coordinated to the nitrogen atoms of a porphyrin in a geometric structure similar to the coordination compounds that I studied for many years. In photosynthesis, 6 molecules of carbon dioxide and 6 molecules of water plus photons from sunlight yield 1 molecule of sucrose and 6 molecules of oxygen. Carbon dioxide and water are highly stable and unreactive inorganic compounds. So it is rather amazing that this leaf can carry out the reduction of carbon dioxide and the oxidation of the oxygen in water. Those are electron transfer reactions also. Incidentally, carbon dioxide and water are the products of the reaction of gasoline with oxygen in internal combustion engines. Fossil fuels are in limited supply and are needed to produce the precursor chemicals for the pharmaceutical and chemical industries. As a matter of fact, 12% of fossil fuel is used to produce the chemical compounds used in clothing, tires, digital devices, packaging, detergents, plastics, fertilizers, and countless other everyday items. Alternative, sustainable sources of energy can help to preserve petroleum as a source of the chemical compounds essential to our modern civilization. By mimicking natural photosynthesis, we can convert and store abundant solar energy in the form of chemical energy. Inorganic compounds of dozens of elements in the periodic table are essential ingredients in artificial photosynthesis. I could go on, but as you can see, the whole world is indeed chemistry, and an exciting adventure lies ahead for all of you. I will close by extending my congratulations to the graduating students of the Stony Brook class of 2024. Thank you very much.
Thank you. You're welcome.
I hope I made it in 8 minutes.
So thank you very much, Albert, for coming and sharing your experiences and wisdom with us all today. Now, it's my pleasure to recognize those students graduating with bachelor's degrees. First, I would like to present those students graduating with honors in chemistry. Honors in chemistry is earned through a combination of excellent academic work and the completion of a research project and a research thesis in the senior year. Awardees will receive a special diploma from the Office of Records later this summer. When I call your name, please come on stage and remain here for a group photo. I ask the audience to please hold your applause, and we'll applaud them all after they're all on stage. First, Natalie Alfano worked with Professor Elizabeth Boone. Her thesis was titled Histidine Kinase Regulates Toxin Production Through the Multi-Kinase Network in Pseudomonas aeruginosa. Samaya Chaudhry worked with Professor Sarita Bhatia, characterization of micelles of a diblock copolymer. Daniel Chaikin worked with Professor Peter Khalifa, statistical analysis of intensity distributions from two-dimensional powder X-ray diffraction images. Saba Gulzar worked with Professor Oao Ujima, kinetic resolution and the synthesis of truxylic acid monoesters as a class of fatty acid binding protein inhibitors. Michelle Wong worked with Professor Peter Tong, development of an optokinase for regulating protein synthesis. Taushik Iqbal worked with Professor Bruce Stemple, effects of NOS and NOx inhibition on lunar dust simulant toxicity in human lung cells. Fengya Jin worked with Professor Ben Shao, photodegradation of contaminants using a graphite nitric oxide carbon nitride and nanocellulose hydrogel composite to purify water. Alexandra Kiniova worked with Professor Scott Laughlin, synthesis of novel cage cycloproteins as a controllable bioorthogonal reagent. Joshua Kravitz worked with Professor Peter Khalifa, manipulating defect concentration of layered cathode materials through post-annealing. Emma Lian worked with Professor Ben Shao, characterization of nitro oxide cellulose fibers derived from brewery spent grains. Mural Otulu worked with Professor Ben Shao toward a greener future, exploring the potential of cellulose in the removal of polyfluorinated alkyls. Michael Oravez worked with Professor Stan Wong, novel high entropy oxide materials. Alan's son worked with Professor Ben Shao, nutrient recovery from protein food waste by nitro oxidation process and fabrication of cellulose nanofiber biogels for plant growth. Juliana Taradichuk worked with Professor Ben Levine, quantum chemical modeling of Stokes shifts in cyanine dyes. Duyan Tran worked with Professor Oao Ojima, synthesis of a novel C10 carbamyl analog of second-generation taxoid and resynthesis of a modified beta-lactam for Ojima-Holton coupling. Ding Wong worked with Professor Sarita Bhatia, optimizing a multi-component hydrogel for biomedical applications in wound healing and drug delivery. Kevin Wang worked with Professor Christian Aponte Rivera, viscosity of unentangled polymer nanocomposites. Yushuan Chris Zhang worked with Professor Oao Ojima, kinetic resolution of tricylic acid monoester. And Lauren Zhou worked with Professor Stan Wong, preparation of copper zinc oxide for catalytic conversion of carbon dioxide and functionalization of titanium dioxide for targeted drug delivery. Group photo. Still coming. Saba, get ready to come right back up. Okay, next I would like to recognize the recipient of this year's Outstanding Chemistry Student Award. Will Saba Gulzar please come forward again? Saba is graduating summa cum laude. She received an American Chemical Society SURF Award, the Emerson Award and Lap Chan Scholarship, the Sei Tsujishi Award. She worked in the research groups of Professors Mingyu Nai and Oao Ojima. She was also treasurer of the Neuroscience Axis and belonged to the Sigma Beta Honor Society. Next, I would like to recognize 12 students as recipients of this year's Chemistry Award for Outstanding Academic Achievement. All these students have a GPA of 3.8 or higher and are graduating with university honors. Please come on stage and stay for a group photo as I call your names. Angeline Castillo. Nicholas Chalin. Daniel Chaikin. Saba Gulzar. Emily Lee. Kevin Wang. Hepzibah Yu. And Yushuan Chris Zhang. Now I would like to recognize 4 students as recipients of this year's award for outstanding achievement in chemical research. Please come and remain on stage for a group photo. Natalie Alfano. Daniel Chaikin. Sabo Golzar. And Yuliano Taradachuk. Now I would like to acknowledge 4 students who have received awards from the American Chemical Society, or ACS as we call it. Saba Golzar, Daniel Chaikin, Kevin Wang, and Michelle Wong. Please come forward. So Saba Golzar received the ACS Division of Organic Chemistry Undergraduate Award. We have a certificate from the ACS for her. Daniel Chaikin will receive the ACS Division of Inorganic Chemistry Award. Your award certificate is still coming. Kevin Wang received the ACS Division of Physical Chemistry Undergraduate Award. His certificate is also still on its way. And Michelle Wong received the New York section of the ACS Award for Excellence in the Chemicals and Sciences, and we also have a certificate for her. I have the honor now to present the candidates for degrees of Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Science in Chemistry and Engineering Chemistry. Of the 98 students completing bachelor's degrees, 60 are here. Today, so will the candidates for degrees of Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Science in Chemistry and Engineering Chemistry please come forward as your names are called. Naveed Alam. Naveed is graduating cum laude and was on the Dean's List. He plans to do a Master's in Material Science and Engineering. Natalie Alfano. Natalie is graduating magna cum laude and with department honors. She was an organic chemistry lab TA for 6 semesters, vice president of the Music and Medicine Music Therapy Club, and a member of the University Scholars and Sigma Beta Honor Society. She will be continuing in the master's phase of her MS program in chemistry in the fall in the Boone Lab. Angel Andrade. Angel was a member of the National Society of Leadership and Success. He is planning to take some time off before working. Anna Babahanova. Anna was a member of the Pre-Occupational Therapy Society in Hillel. She will be attending an occupational therapy doctoral program at NYU in the fall. Harshal Bhatt. Harshal is graduating magna cum laude and with ACS certification. He did senior research with Dr. Troy Wymore. He was a resident assistant on campus for 3 years and served as a TA for organic chemistry lab. Harshal plans to attend pharmacy school in the fall. Hayden Carone. Hayden is receiving the BS in engineering chemistry. Angeline Castillo. Angeline is graduating summa cum laude. She was also elected to Phi Beta Kappa, was the WISE Honors Program Student Leadership Council President. Nicholas Chalin. Nicholas is graduating magna cum laude, not here. Sumaya Chaudhry. Sumaya is graduating magna cum laude and with department honors. She received the SBU Center for Prevention and Outreach's Upstander and the Civically Engaged Seawolf Awards. She belonged to the SBU Student Blood Drive Committee and the Leading Women of Tomorrow Club. We'll be continuing the MS phase of the BSMS program in chemistry here in the fall in the Badia Lab. Daniel Chaikin. Daniel is graduating summa cum laude and with department honors. He was a presidential scholarship recipient and an NSF Summer REU Fellow at the University of Delaware. He will be starting a Master's in Science and Engineering, a Material Science and Engineering PhD program at Stanford University in the fall. Sammy Chen. Sammy is graduating magna cum laude. She was secretary of the undergraduate ACS. She plans to take the MCAT and then work, preferably in a clinical setting, before applying to medical school. Elizabeth Collado. Elizabeth did research in Professor Ben Shao's group, was a member of C-STEP. She plans to work as a pharmacy technician while taking prerequisite classes for pharmacy school. Yutian Ding. Yutian completed the biological chemistry option of the chemistry major. Bo Ang. Bo is completing the bachelor's in our engineering chemistry program. Maisha Fahila. Maisha will be continuing in her master's in materials science and engineering at Stony Brook. Maria Florakis. Maria was a member of Women in Science and Engineering, or WISE, and treasurer of the Pokemon Go Club. She plans to go to graduate school in chemistry in the future. Emily Giambroni. Emily was also a member of the WISE program. She plans to take a year off to work before starting graduate school. Saba Golzar. Saba is graduating summa cum laude and with department honors. I've already mentioned many of her awards. She was also a TA and head undergrad TA for organic chemistry in our molecular sciences sequence. And Saba will attend the Renaissance School of Medicine here at Stony Brook starting in August. Joanna Hu. Joanna has a summer internship at the Center for Functional Nanomaterials at Brookhaven National Laboratory, after which she will look for a job in industry. Michelle Wong. Michelle is graduating magna cum laude and with department honors. She was the CES student lead technician at the Division of Information Technology. She did research in the Tong Group and was active in the Stony Brook chapter of the ACS. She intends to work in industry and later pursue an advanced degree. Taushik Iqbal. Taushik is graduating with department honors. He was the gender representative for the Undergraduate Muslim Student Association and a teaching assistant for organic chemistry. He will start a PhD program in pharmaceutical sciences at Binghamton University in the fall. Heather Janney. Heather is graduating cum laude. She did senior research in the SAL group. She belonged to the Sigma Beta Honor Society Pocket Theater and worked as a tutor while at Stony Brook. She is searching for a job in a local lab and may pursue a graduate degree in the future. Bingya Jin. Bingya is graduating magna cum laude and with department honors. She was a member of PETS of SBU while at Stony Brook. Bingya will start a master's program in applied chemical sciences at UCLA in the fall. Gurleen Kaur. Gurleen is graduating magna cum laude and with the ACS certification. While at Stony Brook, she was a commuter assistant. She plans to work in chemical industry in the future, ideally in the area of cosmetics and skincare formulation and testing. Gursimran Kaur. Gursimran is graduating cum laude and with ACS certification. She worked as a commuter assistant and as a skills-based tutor at the Academic Success and Tutoring Center while at Stony Brook. Andre Kim. Andre completed the chemical sciences option of the chemistry major. Jessica Kim. Jessica was a double major in chemistry and engineering chemistry. Alexandra Kiniova. Alexandra is graduating with department honors and with ACS certification. She was awarded a Eureka Fellowship. She will pursue a PhD in chemistry at Boston University in the fall. Joshua Kravitz. Joshua is graduating with department honors. He plans to take a few months off before deciding on whether to join the workforce or to apply to graduate school. Emily Lee. Emily is graduating magna cum laude. She served as fundraising chair and treasurer of the Chinese Association at Stony Brook. After graduation, she will be taking 6 months off to travel. Emma Leanne. Emma is graduating summa cum laude and with department honors. She received an Outstanding Academic Achievement Award and was on the Dean's List, was president of the Ultimate Frisbee Club and captain of the Women's Ultimate Frisbee team. She was also a member of the Vocalists. She will start a PhD program in chemistry at Columbia University in the fall. Kelly Liu. Kelly is graduating magna cum laude. Leonardo Morelli. Leonardo played Ultimate Frisbee while at Stony Brook. He plans to work for 2 or 3 years and then return to school to pursue a graduate degree in chemistry. Anasha Mubashir. Anasha was a member of the National Society of Collegiate Scholars, a recipient of the Upstander Award, ASCP champion, and the AIM Award. She completed the Peace Corps prep program, was public relations chair of End the Stigma, and secretary treasurer of UNICEF at SBU. She plans to pursue an MS degree in environmental and occupational health at CUNY and will also continue to work as an environmental consultant. Caroline Munoz. Caroline did senior research with Professor Francis Johnson. Kevin Nye. Kevin is graduating summa cum laude. He was a member of the InterVarsity Christian Fellowship. He hopes to eventually pursue a graduate degree. Maral Oltulu is graduating with department honors and ACS certification. He plans to take a gap year to take the MCAT and prepare medical school applications. Michael Oravez. Michael is graduating with department honors. He plans to go directly into industry to work as a research chemist. Eugen Pack. Eugen completed the biological option of the chemistry major. Saima Pasha is graduating magna cum laude. She was vice president and secretary of SBU Hidden Treasures. She plans to take a year off to study for the MCAT and apply to medical schools. Shibli Pear is graduating cum laude. He plans to take a gap year, after which he will attend medical school. Nikita Rosaka. Nikita was president of Stony Brook DJs in 2024. After graduation, he plans to pursue higher education in medicine. Evelyn Sevchenko. Evelyn was the treasurer of the Irving Hall Council, public relations officer of the Foraging and Mycology Society, and marketing director for the Undergraduate Student Government Student Activities Board. She plans to take a gap year to explore the energy sector before pursuing a PhD in chemical engineering. Barnabas Shin. Barnabas is graduating magna cum laude and with ACS certification. He was also elected to Phi Beta Kappa, was on the dean's list and treasurer of the undergrad ACS. He plans to take a year off to study for the DAT, then apply to dental school. Saloa Sadiq. Saloa was a member of EOP, C-STEP, and the WISE Honors Program, and the Dean's Student Advisory Council. She plans to work in a pharmaceutical company. Joseph Strahl. Joseph received a New York State Scholarship for Academic Excellence. He was a member of the National Society of Leadership and Success and Phi Theta Kappa Honor Society. He plans to take a year off to study for the MCAT and get his EMT certification in preparation for medical school. Alan's son. Alan is graduating with department honors. He will start a PhD program in chemistry at the University of Maryland in the fall. Manley's son. Juliana Taradachuk. Juliana is graduating cum laude and with department honors. She was a member of the Greenhouse Club and the Beekeepers. She plans to attend graduate school in the future. Jesher Thangaraj. Jesher is graduating cum laude. He was a member of University Scholars. He will pursue a Master's of Computer and Information Technology at the University of Pennsylvania in the fall. Cade Thompson. Cade was a member of the varsity baseball team as well as the Energize research team. He was a Center for Integrated Electric Energy Systems intern. He is continuing here at Stony Brook in the Accelerated Master's Program in the Department of Materials Science and Chemical Engineering. Duyen Carolyn Tran is graduating cum laude and with department honors. She did senior research with Professor Oao Ujima. She plans to take a gap year and apply to pharmacology PhD programs. Ding Wong. Ding is graduating summa cum laude and with department honors. She was elected to Phi Beta Kappa, did senior research with Professor Sarita Bhatia. She belonged to the undergraduate AICHE and the Stony Brook Ski and Snowboard Club. She will start a PhD program in chemical engineering at Northwestern University in the fall. Kevin Wang. Kevin is graduating summa cum laude and with department honors. He was elected to Phi Beta Kappa and received the SUNY Chancellor's Award for Student Excellence. Kevin received 4 outstanding academic achievement awards and was chief of the Stony Brook Campus Community Emergency Response Team and a member of the undergrad ACS chapter. Kevin plans to take a gap year and apply to medical school. Jihan Tiffany Wing. Tiffany completed the biological option of the chemistry major. Ray Chen Yi. Ray Chen is graduating cum laude. He will start a graduate program in bioinformatics at Washington University at St. Louis in the fall. Hepzibah Yu. Hepzibah is graduating summa cum laude. She was on the dean's list for all 6 semesters she spent at Stony Brook, was treasurer of the undergrad ACS. Michelle is graduating a year early, will take a year off to work in a healthcare setting and do some volunteer work and is applying to medical school. Christopher Zanetto. Christopher is deciding between attending a master's program in chemistry in Stony Brook or attending the workforce, and he will do a job this summer doing field work for a lab which he hopes will lead to a career after he graduates. Yuxuan Chris Zhang, I believe is not here. Lauren Zhou. Lauren is graduating with department honors. She will pursue a Master's of Computer and Information Technology at the University of Pennsylvania in the fall. Okay, now I invite Sabo Golzar and Alexandra Kiniova to come back on stage to give some thoughts and reflections of the senior class.
Good morning, esteemed faculty member. Good morning. Esteemed faculty members, proud parents, friends, and most importantly, my fellow class of 2024 chemistry graduates. Can you believe after 4 years of avoiding 8 a.m.s, we actually had to come here bright and early? 4 years ago, as we all sat behind our computer screens, nervously logging into our Zoom general chemistry class, shout out to Dr. Koch, we were unaware of the impact that the chemistry community would have on our lives. In fact, when I joined Stony Brook in 2020, I, as many pre-meds do, was actually a biology major. However, after just 1 year of taking classes with the chemistry department, I couldn't imagine spending the rest of my undergraduate career anywhere else. From the supportive professors who believed in us, challenged us, and encouraged us to always think big, to the graduate students, TAs, and classmates who quickly became valuable mentors and some of my best friends. The Department of Chemistry truly became my second family, and I'm extremely proud of my choice to pursue a chemistry major. On that note, I'd like to take a moment to thank Dr. Druckhammer, Dr. Katsamanis, Dr. Nye, Dr. Ojima, our lovely lady Catherine Hughes, and my research mentors Jackie, Jagrut, and Dom, who all saw our potential early on and have continuously inspired me. Let's please give them a round of applause. Most importantly, I'd like to thank our support system sitting in the audience today. To my mama, whose unconditional love and encouragement has been the most valuable source of comfort these last 4 years. Mama, you always believe in me more than I believe in myself, and I'm truly grateful to have been able to call you before every single chemistry test, crying about synthesis questions and gas law derivations, because who knows what that means. To my baba, who's constantly put my education before everything. My only hope is to make you guys as proud of me as I am to be able to call you my Ummi and Abu. And finally, to my friends, with whom I have made lifelong bonds, get it, bonds, that I will forever cherish. Our late night study sessions in the chem lobby and lab antics have been unforgettable. You all have made these years truly special. You can clap. Graduates, I have no doubt that each and every one of you sitting in front of me today will go on to do big things. Let us never forget the spirit that the Department of Chemistry has instilled in us and continue to approach every challenge we face with curiosity and determination. A wise man, Winnie the Pooh, once said, "How lucky am I to have something that makes saying goodbye so hard?" Thank you to the Department of Chemistry for making Stony Brook feel so much like home that I couldn't even imagine leaving.
Congratulations to all of you again for finishing such a tough 4 years of education. However, I'd like to end off by saying that even though these past 4 years were tough for all of us, there's a big blessing here in disguise. I think back to my grandma, who from my home country of Belarus wrote in her diary entries that when she was a little girl, she had to beg and cry to get her parents to send her to primary school. They told her that they didn't have enough money to purchase her books and stationery, which was sadly the fact since they lived in a house with dirt floors and no running water. My grandma used to then pick and forage enough berries from the forest to then sell them and purchase her books and stationery that she needed, which was still, and then go to school, which was still an hour walk away from home. She wrote that this was one of the biggest blessings in her life, to be able to go to school that was still an hour walk away from home. And just being able to go to school was one of the biggest blessings in her life. And even though I heard about this story after my grandmother's passing, it affected me because now I'm 2 generations after her. And instead of worrying if I can be able to go to school, I'm worrying about which lab I'm going to be in for my PhD program. I never had to question my ability to go to school. So I will leave you all with this. Do not take this educational milestone for granted, since education is one of the biggest blessings that God can give us. God bless you all.
Thank you, Saba and Alexandra. So to all our graduates, I now welcome you to the Stony Brook Chemistry Alumni family, a group that numbers well over 2,000. We are confident that you leave us well prepared for the next phase of your professional life and that you will represent Stony Brook with pride. We would like to stay connected with you. Please keep us up to date with your contact information so that we can send you our Chemistry Alumni e-letter. Also keep us informed of your professional and personal accomplishments. And please join SBU Chemistry Alumni on LinkedIn so that we can follow your careers. For the university ceremony, students and faculty should assemble at the West Campus Indoor Sports Complex, parking lot number 7, between 10 and 10:40, wearing their cap and gown. The march will begin at 10:30 and the ceremony at 11. Faculty and PhD students should assemble at post 1. MS, BS, and BA students should assemble at post 4. Please present your candidate ticket at the designated post. And before we conclude, I would like to recognize one final group of people. Will all parents and any spouses of graduates please stand? We thank you for the privilege of having these graduates as part of our community. On behalf of our graduates, I thank you for all your support, and we congratulate you as well for their accomplishments. Thank you and congratulations to all. Our ceremony is now concluded.
Good job. Your jacket's over there.
Yeah.
Get your glasses. Pete, enjoy your trip.
Did you let Ding into my office?
No, I moved the bag in.
Oh, it was in the hallway. Oh, okay, because yeah. So, that was very nice. Choker.
Yes.
There you go. Got it? Yep. Yeah, we can make it this way. Thank you. Okay. Thank you.
We should probably take it, yeah.